Hello, I'm Bushra from QA Milestone. And so far in this Cypress series, we have installed Cypress and created a basic Cypress script. I recommend you check those videos out in case you haven't. In this video, we'll learn some of the more advanced commands related to URL. Okay, so let's have a look at the scenario we would be testing this time. This is our demo application, Conduit. The first step would be to log into the application. Then we would create a new post. We'll then go to our user profile and verify that the article we created is listed under My Articles. We'll then mark it as favorite and then it should appear in the favorited articles. We'll unmark it. We'll refresh the page and the article should no more be listed here. We'll again go back to My Articles tab and verify that the article should still be listed under My Articles. So that is our scenario. Let's start with our script now. So let's create a new spec file. So as previously discussed, we'll start with the describe function. Now here, we'll have three tests. First would be to log in. Next, we would create a post. And then the third test would be to mark and then unmark the article as favorite. Okay, so the first test is login, right? So we have already covered that test in our previous script. So let's just copy paste it. There we have a first test. But let's enhance it a little this time. So once we have launched the application, let's verify the title of the application, whether or not it's correct. So Cypress provides us with a command, title, which would return the title of the currently active page. So let's use it. This would give us the title. Now we need to validate whether or not it is correct. So we'll add an assertion. And our title should be Conduit. So this would validate once the application has been launched, the title of the page should be Conduit. Next, let's also verify that the protocol is HTTPS. For that, we have got a command location, cy.location. This command yields the location object with properties like host, port, protocol, a path name and more. We'll use protocol here. So this would give us the protocol. Now we'll validate. It should be equal to HTTPS. So the title command would give us the title and then we are validating that it should be equal to Conduit. And location with protocol would give us the protocol. And we are asserting that it should be equal to HTTPS. Then we'll go ahead, fill in the email, the password and we'll hit the sign in button. So let's do it. We are here. So this is the first page that opens up once we have logged into the application. So let's just verify we are on the correct page. So we could simply assert that your feed text should appear on the page. Let's do that. There we have our first test ready. We'll launch the application, verify the title, the protocol, enter the email and the password, and we'll hit the sign in button. And finally, we'll verify that your feed text should appear on the page. Now, did you notice that we have not put any weights here? After clicking on the sign in button, we expect that your feed should immediately be visible. Well, not immediately. The commands like contains and get, they have a default timeout that is 4 seconds. It would wait for the element your feed to exist for about 4 seconds. And if it doesn't exist within 4 seconds, it's going to fail. It's going to time out basically. So what we can do to handle that is we can pass an optional parameter, timeout, and we can extend the timeout. So this is the optional parameter. We are specifying that the timeout for this command should be 10,000 milliseconds. That is 10 seconds. So it would wait for 10 seconds for the element your feed to exist in the DOM. I hope it's clear. Okay, so let's move on to our next test. So to create a post, we need to click on New Post. Let's click on it. Now we need to verify that we are on the correct page or not. So let's verify the hash this time. Let's copy it. So to verify the URL hash, we could use the command hash dot. This should include this. So cy.hash would give us the hash of the URL of the page that is currently active, and then we are verifying that it should include hash/editor. Pretty easy, right? We could have done the same thing using cy.location by passing hash here instead of protocol. You could say cy.hash is just an alias of it. Probably I'll just write that down. These two are just the same. Okay. So next we have to fill in these fields. Let's inspect them. So the unique property I can find is the placeholder. Was an input. Let's type some text. We'll have to use a backslash to escape the apostrophe sign. This is a text area. And then we'll hit publish article. And did you notice we are getting all the IntelliSense here without using the // directive, and that is because we created jsconfig.json file in our previous video. Okay, so let's create an article here. And publish it. Okay, so once we are on this page, let's verify that the URL should contain article. So for that, to verify what your URL is, or to verify a substring of your URL, we could use cy.url. This would return us the complete URL of the currently active page. And then we'll use include. So we have used include because we have a substring of the URL. Okay, so we are done with our second test as well. Here we have used cy.hash, which would return us the hash of the URL, and then we are verifying that it should contain some particular text, and we have also used cy.url, which returns us the complete URL of the currently active page. Okay, so far we have used cy.title, cy.location, cy.hash and cy.url. Let's move on to learn more commands related to URL. So we'll create our third test. Okay, so we need to first go to our username. It has got a class nav.link. With class we use dot, and then each of these menu items would have the same class nav link. So we'll also take the text to identify it uniquely. And then we'll click on it. So once we have clicked on it, this page should appear. So let's check we have my articles here. Probably just the content would do here. And then once we have checked that this exists, we are going to click on the favorite icon. So we'll pick this class. Let's click on it. And now we'll go to our favorited articles. Let's click on it. So we have the article we marked as favorite listed here. Let's unmark it as favorite. Let's just verify that we are on the correct page before that. So maybe we can just use URL again. And then when we are sure we are on the correct page, let's just click on it again. So once we have unmarked it, we'll have to refresh the page to check whether or not it is still listed there. And it isn't. But we need to verify that it's not there. Probably we can just match this content. Okay, and then let's go back to My Articles. So here we have used the browser back button. Now to do the same thing through the script, we have got a command go, cy.go. And here you need to pass whether you need to go back in the browser history or forward. So we need to go back. And we could also specify back like -1 instead of writing back. Okay. And also if you need to go forward, this would take you forward in the browser history, or you could write 1. This would also take you forward. Let's comment them. Okay, so we are done. Oh, we skipped a step there. After clicking on, after unmarking it as favorite, we need to reload the page, right? And to reload the page, we have got a command reload. cy.reload. And this would reload the page for us. And there, these are the major commands related to URL. Let's quickly see what all commands we have touched upon. So the first one is cy.visit, which would launch an application. Then we have got cy.title, which would return the title of the currently active page. And then we have cy.location, which yields the location object with properties like host, port, protocol, path name, search, hash, and so many more things. And then we have cy.hash, which gets the URL hash of the page that is currently active. And then we have cy.url, which returns the URL of the currently active page. And then we have cy.reload, which would reload the page for us. And the last one is cy.go, which would take you back and forward in the browser's history. Okay, so let's run our test now. So for that, we'll launch our Cypress GUI using npx cypress open. And while this launches our GUI, let's just delete the articles we have created, and you'll get to know why. Okay, so our GUI is there. Let's run our test. That was really quick. And all of the 3 tests have passed, which is great. Now let's rerun this. And it failed. And that is because, let's read the error log. It says cy.click can only be called on a single element. Your subject contains 2 elements and it is suggesting some solution. So what happened is we have got 2 favorite icons and Cypress didn't know which one to click. And that is something we'll have to fix. So in the next video, we'll be talking about how to correctly and efficiently identify your desired elements. So I'll see you there then.